So for this lovely scarf, I'm using really chunky wool, and I'm using an 8mm hook. And I'm going to start by making a slip knot, like that, and chaining 38. 1, 2, 3, 35, 36, 37, and 38. So a chain of 38. And I'm going to be using American terms. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do a half double crochet in the second stitch from the hook, and a half double crochet in every stitch until the every stitch until the end. So that should be 37 half double crochets. So you just do your half double crochet in each stitch. And how to do a half double crochet: wrap your wool around your hook, insert it into the stitch, pull your wool up, and you should have 3 loops. Wrap your wool around your hook and pull that through all 3 loops. And I will meet you when you are finished your 37 half double crochets. So I'm on my last half double crochet of the very first round of this, okay, and then just chain 1 and turn. You're going to be working back the ways now, but I want the middle to stick out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this row is half double crochets as well. Instead of doing it into the top of the stitch, so you have your little V there, okay, the top of your half double, you're going to do it into this stitch at the back, a half double crochet, and you're going to do into each stitch along for row 2, and I'll show you very quickly what that looked like at the front. So it looks completely flat at the back, but when you turn it over, you have like a line going down the middle. And so just do that for every stitch. A half double crochet into the back of the half double crochet of the previous round. Okay, coming to the end now of the second row. And you can count your stitches just to make sure that you do. When you come to the end, it's hard to see the last stitch. So it's just there. And that's the end of row 2. Chain 1 and turn for row 3. Now for row 3, instead of going into here, which you did on the last row, you're going to go in to the back of the V. So if you turn your work sort of up on its side, you should be able to see the V's along the top. And you're going to do a half double crochet into the back loop only of the previous row, okay? And you do that right the way to the end. So I've come to the end of this row, which is the end of this part. Okay, whoops. So it should look like that. And what I'm going to do here is just at the end, I'm going to chain 1, cut the wool, pull that through, just pull that a little bit tight. And that is going to be one part of your plaid. So now what you need to do is you need to make 3 more of these exactly the same. So you go ahead and do that, and when you come back, I'll show you how to plait them and how to make the back of the scarf, okay? Okay, so I have now made 4 of these strips of half double crochet, all exactly the same length. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top of them, going to line them all up like this, all facing out the same way. And I'm going to take my wool, I'm going to start with this one. So put your hook, this is where you ended up, in through here. So you're doing along the small edge, not along the length. And pull your wool through and chain 1. Like that. Okay. And I will tidy off these pieces of wool when I'm finished. And then do a single crochet, whoops, along. So each half double crochet is going to have 2 single crochets at the top. So you did 3 rows, so that'll be 6 single crochets. Okay, so single crochet into the next one, and here that'll be 4, 5 and 6. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, but as neat as you can. Now you're going to join on the next strip of half double crochets. So go straight into the top of the next one and do a single crochet and a single crochet, and then 4 more, so 6 the top of each one. And that is the start of this. Now you're going to be making this longer, but we'll do that afterwards. So just for convenience sake, chain 1, you can put that wool there, okay, like that. Now I am going to tidy these up by tying them together and cutting the wool. So now I'm going to show you how to plait 4 strands, these 4 together. So you're going to start off putting them flat. Now you don't need to pull these too tight when you're doing this. So just make a little V in the middle like this, and take your 2 outside pieces and put them into the middle like this, as neatly as you can, and then take your right side and cross it over the left side like that. Okay, take the 2 outside pieces that are on the outside now and cross them over, and you have to make this neat as you go along, and this time take the left side and cross it over the right like that. Take the 2 outside pieces, again you have to make it as neat as you can and don't pull it too tight, and put them into the middle, and this time you're going to take the right and put it over the left, and in this case I should have room for 1 more. 2 outside pieces, now these are going to be harder to see, put them into the middle and take the left and cross it over the right, and your scarf should look like that there. Okay, now this is tricky. You now have these 4 pieces at the bottom, and what you need to do is attach these 4 with your wool. So to do this without breaking up your braid, turn your project over and you should have your 4 pieces like this, and into the top of the one on the right hand side, slip stitch. And just like the other side of your scarf, just do a chain 1 and do 6 single crochet across the first strand of the plait. 1, 6. Now your next piece is this piece here, so just get into the corner, and again don't do this too tight, make sure your wool is that side, and go. It's a bit tricky. 1, 2. Good thing with chunky knit yarn is that if you you don't put it in exactly the right place, you won't really notice it. Or if you don't do the right amount of stitches, you won't notice it either. Okay, that's that piece. Now not this piece in underneath is next. So I'm just unravel my wool a little bit. I'm going to try and get the corner of that. I have a little piece sticking out, but we can crochet that into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then last but not least, this last piece here, and you're just going to join that on. Whoops, I have the wool the wrong way around. Put the wool behind it. And 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you don't need to break your wool off here. So if you turn that over now, you should have a plait that basically looks a scarf, plaited scarf that looks like that there. And this is going to be the front of your scarf that goes around your neck. So what you need to do now, and everybody is different, is you measure this around your neck. And you are then going to make the back of it long enough that it's comfortable for you. Okay, so I will put at the bottom of the screen, because I haven't done this yet, how many rows I've done. And because I've been doing half double crochet, I'm going to continue doing half double crochet. So just where you finished up there at the end of that row, and you can always fix your plait afterwards, I'm just going to do a few rows, just to show you properly. Always chain 1 at the beginning of your row to keep the side straight, okay? So chain 1. And just do, how many would you have? 3, 6, 12 half double crochets across, until you get your scarf to the length that you want it. So what I did at the very end was I did 3 rows of half double crochet after I joined the plaits together, and I did 2 rows on this side. Now, depending on how long you want your scarf around your neck, you do as many rows as you like. And then all you need is some buttons, probably big buttons. You don't need to make buttonholes because obviously this wool is really thick, so you can put that through anywhere. And that is how you make a plaited scarf. And then all you have to do is wear it.